I just rode my bike last night from Chicago, Illinois to Ann Arbor, Michigan. My first stop right off of 94 was Zingerman's Roadhouse. You want to know why? Because of the burgers. It's one of the best burgers in America. But today, we're going on a complete food tour, man. It's going to blow your mind. We're going to Zingerman's Coffee Company, Zingerman's Candy Manufactory, Zingerman's Creamery, Zingerman's Bakehouse, and we're ending up at Zing Train, where they learn how to treat the customers properly and and to make sure the customer's getting what they're looking for. I'm so pumped to try this. The cheese is everything that we're going to experience today. You're going to love it. Let's go. Hey everyone, I'm here with Brad Hedeman, a big shot at Zingerman's.
The biggest.
And Stacy, the retail manager of the coffee company, Zingerman's Coffee Company. I'm so excited. It's my first time I've been here. I've been to the deli, I've been to the Roadhouse. And a phrase that you said, those are absolutely my third places, right?
Yep.
And please explain to us, I feel it, but I need you to explain what makes this unique, this location, and this coffee company.
Well, to go on your third place, and we'll start there because that's what I think the cafe specifically is for a lot of people. First place is your home, it's where you sleep, it's where you eat. Your second place is where you work, it's where you gotta be to make the money to afford the first place. But the third place is the place where you choose to spend your time, your free time, your personal time, the place you wanna be and you can do whatever you wanna do. And for a lot of people, Zingerman's Cafe here at the Zingerman's Coffee Company is that place. Not only is it really big and we can get a lot of people, so if you're working on that screenplay, come on down, you can have it for 4 hours. But we do, not only that, it's comfortable, it is engaging, there's incredible food at a cafe. We are Zingerman, so we're very focused on the food. We have a couple of great toasts here. This is the Bulgarian, right? Is now what we call it? Which is our sesame semolina bread from the Bakehouse with a layer of goat cream cheese and then a layer of lutenitsa, which is it's Eastern European. I even pronounced it correctly. It is a sweet pepper spread that goes right on top. We put a little drizzle of olive oil, some fresh cracked black pepper, and the whole combination together, the soft and the crusty of the toast, the smooth and the slightly even refreshing kind of bright notes of the cream cheese is completely and well balanced with these sweet pepper spreads. So it's all these things working together. It finishes with this little peppery kick in the end. The whole thing is like this one complex flavor bomb in its toast.
He's making me want to like do a high dive, like right into the bread.
And then if you're feeling a little more kid-like, one of our other favorites, and this is brand new, right?
Yes.
Now the name is called the
Nutty Monkey.
Nutty Monkey.
Yeah.
That's a great name. I love it.
But it is a wonderful country miche bread, which is a very traditional French loaf, topped with a giandouille, that chocolate hazelnut spread, kind of like the classy version of Nutella, and then sliced bananas on top. That's just sweet.
With a little bit of sea salt too.
See, you gotta have the sweet salt to bring out all the kind of sweetness to it. So, both delicious, both wonderful. Since you got an espresso star cookie there with your espresso. But the other thing that really people come here for is coffee, and they might be buying a bag of coffee for their own, to roast, or not roast it, but to grind and use at home, or they might be getting any one of our incredible variety of brews. And we've got all sorts of different methods, but it's really the coffees themselves and where they come from, and that's what sets you apart. Because we all know coffee, we've got coffee shops in every corner. If you want to stand out in coffee, you've got to have things that nobody else does. And for Zingerman's, that is a huge part of what we do, because there's really great food now available everywhere.
Yeah.
We used to be the only game in town 15, 20 years ago. Now, even the Speedway's got some pretty good stuff. So you have to have something that you can't get anywhere else. And what that means for us is to really nurture some very special relationships. I'm thinking about the Hacienda Miramonte down in Costa Rica. So our managing partner, Steve Van Giegen, travels down there multiple times a year. And what he wants is the best coffee that they can make. And not just the best coffee he can make, but the best of the best. And so if you think of a farm, like a coffee plantation, we'll operate that way. There are parts of that farm that do it maybe a little bit better. Maybe there's better coverage, maybe the wind comes through in a certain way, maybe the water's better. Whatever it is, that terroir can really influence the flavor of that specific coffee. So what Steve has done multiple times is to go down to the Hacienda Miramonte and taste through, we call it cupping in the coffee room, to taste through all these different varietals of coffee beans that they grow, and then to pick the one that he likes the best. And then for our own kind of signature to it, we'll work with them on the actual process of drying and fermenting the beans. So sometimes it might be a wet process or a dry process or a honey process or a natural process. And all of these sound like marketing terms, and they are, but they really do impact the flavor. So when I think about the coffees that we get, that kind of is the icing on the cake, because you can't get any of this stuff anywhere else. It's the reason to come. It's the reason to spend your afternoon sipping coffee.
So glad I'm finished.
I am too.
Thanks. Thank you so much for that. Let's give all this a try.
Let's get in there. I'm going to go sweet to begin with, if you don't mind. Because it's the newest one, too.
There's almost a little sweet,
Yeah.
but there's a little bit of salty edge to that.
Sweet and savory.
Incredible.
And that's what I really like.
Wow.
It brings out the complexity. It's not one note. Now it's a symphony.
Yes. They play so well off of each other. Wow. This was worth coming here for. This is amazing.
That's one of my favorites.
Well, Stacy, I mean, this place is amazing. Thanks so much for having
You're
us.
welcome. Thank you for coming out.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
I'll be back again. Now I have 3 stops so far: the deli, the Roadhouse, and now the coffee company. Where are we headed next?
You ready for another one?
Oh, I'm always, man.
Let's
I
go.
was born hungry, Brad.
All right, let's go to the candy company. I'm
Awesome.
going to give you a little sweet treat.
Awesome, man. Let's go. Hey everyone, I'm here with Allison, the retail store manager and marketing manager for Zingerman's Candy Manufactory. Yes.
Yeah.
I walked in here and it was, I don't want to take your word, so I'm not going to say it, but
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, wow.
It's super happy. You know, candy is about joy.
Yes,
And-
that's what I felt.
Yeah,
You did it.
Yay. Really, at the base, candy is about joy. And our thrust in the store is to kind of have your inner kid meet your grown-up palate.
Right
So
on.
lots of classics and really cool candy and styles of candy that you remember from your childhood, but just really tasty. You know, I don't know about you, but sometimes I get a hankering for something that I really liked in the candy world when I was a little kid, and I go get it, and then I taste it, and I'm sort of disappointed. So we hope to sort of turn that around and provide really great handmade fresh candy bars, nut brittles, marshmallows,
Hello.
peanuts, all kinds of delicious things that we make right here in our little candy kitchen to, delight and inspire.
So a quick question. So
Yeah.
this is my first time in this store. What would be 2 or 3 items that I cannot, I mean, I would buy this whole store if
Sure.
I had the budget. I mean, it's just, I see everything I want to buy.
That's what multiple visits are for.
Yes, I'm coming, I'm coming back. I haven't even
Right.
tried anything yet, but what would be 2 or 3 items that I shouldn't walk out of the store without trying?
Well, for sure, it's the Zang bar, which was the original, very first item that we ever made. It's got a nice little glamour shot right up there.
Oh,
Want
is
to
that
check
it?
it
Is
out?
that it?
It
Woo!
is a little cross section right there,
Yeah.
and we actually also have it right down here on this board, all cut up. And so
Is this
it's,
all for me?
It's
Thank
all
you.
for you.
Thank you.
You
I'm gonna
can share if you
hoover
want.
these right now. Can I try one?
Please do. So it's honey peanut butter nougat in the center. You really get the honey right away. And then it's a really excellent muscovado brown sugar caramel,
Wow.
top and bottom. I can tell you more about muscovado brown sugar and why it's special, if you like. And then jumbo runner peanuts, which are the biggest, freshest, crunchiest peanuts we can find that we roast in-house with butter and sea salt. And then the whole shebang is enrobed in about a
I
60.
love that phrase.
I know it's so evocative, but it's really the name of the machine is an enrober. So we enrobe it in.
We can get enrobed in chocolate.
That's right. A 63% blend of chocolate that we blend ourselves. We don't make the chocolate, but we blend it just so it tastes how we want it.
That was so good. I'm high right now.
It's-
I don't even know if I can continue.
Come back.
I will be
Come
back. What Zingerman's does is what you said is the ingredients. You guys have the magic of the customer service where you walk in and the vibe feels great, but you're taking these components,
Yeah.
and I'm still tasting it, and they work so perfectly together. Look, I have goosebumps. I mean, that's how good
That's
that.
so great.
So that was one bite,
Yeah.
and I got all of that in one bite. But
Right.
Zingerman seems to do that in every location.
Well, we've been making this candy bar.
Mm,
Well,
man.
10 years. Actually, this Saturday is our 10th anniversary.
Man, time flies.
10th birthday for the Candy Manufactory. But we were making this bar in the Bakehouse. And the Candy Manufactory was born from the Bakehouse.
Oh, I
actually.
love that.
It's a natural offshoot, right?
Yeah.
We do a lot of stuff with yummy sugar there too. But this was the very first thing we ever made, and it's totally a classic combination.
So the foundation
items.
of all of
Yeah,
this.
and it's still our
started here.
best-selling item
I
right
love
there.
It. Is there anything else?
There is.
What do we got here?
There's some excellent peanut brittle.
Will you try it with me?
Sure.
Tell me what
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
because
Yeah.
you're the expert.
Right.
What am I looking for?
Okay. So you're looking for a lot of caramel notes and butterscotch notes. You're
Okay.
looking for it to be light and crispy, nice to eat.
Okay.
The peanut flavor will be really strong.
Ooh.
And
I love peanuts.
just the right amount of sea salt. And
Okay.
then the chocolate brings out a lot of those caramel notes, but it's going to remind you a little bit of like if you made a turtle, a crunchy, and
Yeah.
also from peanuts. That's what it's going to be like. I promise
This just keeps getting better.
you. Okay, let's go.
Mm.
Am I right?
Everything that you described. Like if you sent me off on a canoe and said this is what you're going to experience on the canoe trip, it was everything.
And nice to eat. The whole thing about peanut brittle that a lot of people don't experience is actually the brittle part. As in, a lot of peanut brittle that you have is not actually brittle the way it's supposed to
Right.
be. And
Good crunch.
we make sure that ours is.
Awesome.
Because that's what it's supposed to be,
I love it.
right?
I love it.
Something you should know about our store here
Yeah.
is that pretty much everything in the store is available to try. And that's true
Do you
across...
agree? Do you agree?
It's right here.
Yeah, it's all right here. And it's people who are spending their hard-earned money on these kinds of things, of course you should be able to try it. We don't have a whole lot of inexpensive things at Zingerman's. I don't know if you've noticed. We think they're entirely worth the money,
I do too.
but the best way to know if it's worth it for me or you or whoever is an individual, try it first. Then you're sure.
Stand by your products. I love
Totally.
that,
Totally.
It's not like a hidden thing. It's like, hey, try it and
Try
you're
it.
sold. What are we looking
So
for?
this is the unenrobed peanut brittle. It's just the straight
the
up.
word now
It's your
we
favorite
went from
word now.
enrobed to unenrobed.
That's right. Or the classic, or the ungilded lily, maybe you'd call it. So this is going to be much more. This is going to be much more peanut forward
Great.
and caramel forward. The
Yum.
chocolate that we use is awesome, but as in flavorful. So this is going to be the just
Cheers.
Cheers.
This could become an addiction for
Mm-hmm.
me.
The peanut brittle is one of my very favorite things
Powerhouse.
to sample out to people.
Wow.
And the reason is a lot of people have had a lot of bad peanut brittle.
Yeah.
Bad school fundraiser peanut
I'm
brittle.
one.
And so people are like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't really like it." I'm like, "Do me a favor, just try it." And then the joy, right? And
Right.
that's one of my favorite things because it turns someone's perception, oh, that's what it's supposed to taste like, right?
Yeah.
And personally, I worked for Zingerman's for almost 15 years.
That's awesome.
And that could be the sum up of my entire experience. Oh, that's what it's supposed to taste like. Whenever I have whatever it is that I've been having to taste. And so it's been great. It's been great. And so, yeah, that's what we focus on is sort of classic American candy and variations on the classics that are made fresh all the time.
I can taste that.
No preservatives, great texture and ingredients, right? And
Yeah.
it's using classic techniques and really skilled cooks,
Yeah.
taking really great ingredients and turning them into really excellent confections, but that are sort of for everyone, you know? They're approachable by everyone.
Accessible.
Yeah.
I feel like this is all accessible.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for
You're
having us. What
welcome.
are the hours here?
The hours in the candy store
Yeah.
are Sunday through Wednesday, 11 to 5. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 11 to 6.
Wow.
And we'll probably extend those a little bit around holiday time too.
You got to make sure and get
Yeah.
here and say hi to Allison. Yeah. And I think we're headed to the Creamery. Thanks for rocking this place out.
You're welcome.
Hey everyone, I'm here at Zingerman's Creamery. I'm here with Aubrey, one of the managing partners at Zingerman's and also the head cheesemaker here at Zingerman's Creamery. I'm so excited, I can't get my eyes off of this, and this. But Aubrey, please tell us what makes this retail location unique and what makes Zingerman's Creamery unique.
Well, we're out here at Zingerman's South Side, which we call our Producers Row.
South Side.
We have the bakery, the creamery, the candy company, and the coffee company. So we bring raw materials and we make finished products. A lot of which we sell here, and much more of it we sell to wholesale accounts all over the country.
Love it.
So what we do here is bring in Michigan milk. We buy Michigan goat's milk from a single herd.
Love it.
We buy Michigan cow's milk from a single herd. We process the milk once a week. It's a marriage. We're tied together to the agriculture. Some of the special items that we make during the summer are burrata.
Look at that.
This is fresh mozzarella filled with heavy cream and curds, and especially popular during the summer with strawberries and tomatoes.
Oh, yes.
And then this is a lovely little fresh goat round we call the city goat.
I love goat cheese.
This is literally milk yesterday,
Oh, no way.
cheese today. Really incredible, flaky, delicate. Can't get it anywhere else.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, so in addition to making cheese and also gelato here, we have our retail stores where we take the products that we make and turn them into lunch, breakfast, daily consumable items, somewhat to get more money, drive the traffic. You have something people need every day. Cheese is a luxury market, and so we found that through serving food, through serving lunch, we're able to attract more folks. And also, we have a really vigorous events program we find through education and classes
So cool.
that we're able to bring in a lot more people than would find us out here. So we have a really great lineup of classes. This fall's event looks like it's going to be cheese, wine, and chocolate. We've already sold 200 seats over the course of September and October, so we're excited about that.
I love it, but also you blew my mind. I mean, it totally didn't surprise me, but that hiking trip that you did to Discovery, I mean, you go all over the place. I
Yeah.
mean, you're not just making artisan cheese here in Ann Arbor for the United States. You're going to other countries to try cheeses and find other cheeses as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely traveling to learn more about what other people do, sometimes to bring back and recreate in our locale.
Yeah.
I was telling George as we were looking at the aging cheese that some of this style of creamery, really where fresh cheeses and mold ripened cheeses are made, you would historically have had, this is what your grandma would have made and sold to her next door neighbor.
Yes.
This would be a creamery like this. There should be one every couple hundred miles because these really fresh and delicate cheeses, they should be consumed locally.
You're making me hungry. Are we gonna try something?
I think we should try this, but I want to rip it apart with my hands.
I'm in.
Because it's better that way. So one of the really amazing things about this, because it's hand ladled.
Yes. I love that.
And so the curd structure, you can really see.
Tell us what at your level, what are you looking for when you break that wheel?
So the really seeing the delicate flakiness of the curd. When the milk sets, it takes about 18 hours to ferment and ripen, just like almost like sourdough bread.
Okay.
So we're developing really slowly, really big flavors. And so when the curd sets, actually the milk separates. It's long enough that the milk separates into a top layer which has more of the cream, a middle layer which is less cream, and then a soupy layer on the bottom. And so when we make the cheese, we actually want to fully represent that. And so we do one layer of the top, one layer of the middle, and one layer of the bottom. And so you can really see that in the cheese. Yeah.
Right on.
I wash my hands.
I don't.
I am a cheese professional, so.
What am I? Oh man. It's so creamy. It literally almost melts in your mouth. The flavor's incredible on it. What are you looking for with this particular cheese when you take a bite, when you're tasting it?
You want it to be really bright sour.
Yeah.
If you've ever had anything that was made with citric acid and it's just flat sour, a really bright sour, it has a lot of depth and a lot of character.
Okay.
So you get those buttery, lemony flavors.
Yes. Oh, it's delicious.
And the texture really creamy. Just a little bit, a hint of goat. You can tell that it's goat's milk, but it's not offensive.
No.
A lot of people have that preconceived. They had some bad goat cheese, and it's ruined them for life. We work with a single source for the milk, and so we minimize how much it travels, how much we pump it, how much we move it, how old the milk is, and all of that contributes to having really clean flavors without too much goatiness.
I could eat that every day of my life. What's our next cheese, Aubrey, that we're gonna try?
So this is the burrata, which we hand make using fresh mozzarella curd, and it's filled with local whipping cream from Guernsey Dairy and more fresh mozzarella.
Oh.
So this is going to be sort of its most simple preparation, which is just as is.
Oh, look at that.
They are brined, so they do have some salt in them. Anyone else? Yeah? Here, Brad, I'll give you...
Wow.
So you can dress it with olive oil if you
Is
need more
buttery
fat.
a right way to describe that?
Buttery,
That was my initial
creamy,
buttery.
milky. So, and this is
I
a
mean,
style...
I just want to just drink it, just take the whole bowl and just, wow. I think for me, I have goosebumps, but just that alone, I appreciate just that texture. It's just incredible.
Very simple preparation, really, but very classic and easily combined.
I love it.
A lot of different
Are we
flavors.
trying anything else?
We
we
saw
good?
some lip tower being mixed in the back, so we can try that. This is our Hungarian lip tower.
Lip tower.
This is our farm cheese. It has a lot of
Can I
ingredients.
smell it?
Yeah. It's
Thank you.
This one sort of, the pimento cheese, we sell a lot of pimento cheese, but this has a lot of history and has been in the organization. They made this at the deli before the creamery existed, and we took the recipe from them.
Wow. Powerhouse.
Yep.
Powerhouse. So many complex flavors and notes.
Yeah, but each one well represented.
Totally.
It's really, one thing I think a lot of people say about,
finish,
Yeah.
spice, kind of on the tongue and your throat a little bit. It all works so good together.
good with pretzels, beer,
Oh,
roast beef sandwich.
I'd put that on a burger too.
Yeah, totally.
Just to take it to the next level. Awesome. So what are the hours here?
We're open out here from 9 to 7, Monday through Sunday.
You got to make
All
sure
the days.
and come see Aubrey.
Yeah, come visit.
And say hi to her.
Check out our events and classes.
And
Come
then-
learn.
What's next? The Bakehouse, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's
The people
go.
who started it all.
So one of the really important things I want to mention about the Bakehouse is that this is the business that really started our community of businesses, of which
Really?
there's 10. Right.
It's 10?
There's 10 different Zingerman's businesses.
How many did we do today?
Like half of them, almost. You're getting there, almost.
I love it.
But the deli started in '82, and it was 1992 when the Bakehouse started. But what made us have the Bakehouse was at the deli they were not happy with the bread that they were getting. They were driving to Detroit every day at 3:30 in the morning, picking it up and bringing it back. It was good. That bakery's still around, but it just wasn't what we were looking for. We wanted something more. We looked all over the place. We looked far afield, and we couldn't find anything that we liked. So at the end, we decided, I guess we'll just have to bake our own bread. So the whole idea of having more of these Zingerman's food businesses that could feed and help each other started with the Bakehouse. And at the Bakehouse, originally, it was just going to make bread for the deli. That was going to be it. And people kept showing up at the door, knocking, and wanting to buy it here. And they're like, wait, how did you even find us? Like, please, don't. But now it's become, again, a third place for a lot of people that work around here.
Yeah.
And it turned this industrial park into a food haven where someone might drive from Illinois
Absolutely.
and hang out all day eating stuff. But this also really feeds into our overall philosophy of we're just not satisfied. We never say this is the best. We always say this is the one that we like most right now.
Yes.
We would never put a value judgment on anyone else's. If you like that, that's awesome. We think that's great. Here's what we think is great. But because of our size, other people catch on. We might go to Italy and find some really sweet olive oil.
Yeah.
And then next year it's at Whole Foods, or it's at Plum, or if you're near Wegmans or wherever. There are so many more specialty stores across the country selling the things that we've loved and found for years that it forces us to go back out and find. We'll never be able to compete with anybody on price. We'll never have that kind of volume and buying power. So we've got to find something else. We got to find that thing that no one has right now, the thing that set us apart. That started here in the Bakehouse with the idea of, you know what, if we can't find better, I guess we're just going to have to make it.
I love that. That's America, that's gumption, that's ingenuity, that's effort. I love it, and it's evident in every place we went to today.
I think
Everybody brings it, man. I feel like your team and everybody at Zingerman's they're bringing it every day, and then we reap the benefits. I don't think cost really even enters into my mind. What I'm thinking is what we talked about earlier, is I trust what you guys are delivering for me, so I'm not really thinking about the cost. I mean, it's just the experience, and my taste buds are forever thankful,
Took the words right out of my mouth. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Everybody get to Zingerman's, man. Come out here to the Creamery, the Bakehouse,
Candy Company.
the Candy Company,
Coffee
Company,
Company.
and then make sure you subscribe to a Biker Dude.
Good idea.